From the mountain tops to the prairies wide, we carved our dreams where the wild winds ride. With pick and shovel we staked our claim. Through fire and rain we bore no shame. The red dirt stained our boots and skin, but it built the place we all live in. Oh, red dirt nation, rise and stand from the treasures deep in the soil's hand. A family of brothers hand in hand. This is our home. This is our land. The river sang as we toiled away. Their whispers kept the fears at bay. Fields of gold from the seeds we sowed, a testament to the lives we owe. Though the wind may howl, the earth may quake, but roots run deep with every stake. The blood, the sweat, the laughter too. This red dirt binds me and you. Oh, red dirt nation, rise and stand from the treasures deep in the soil's hand. A family of brothers hand in hand. This is our home. This is our land.
How's it going, everybody? Red Dirt Nation, we're live on Monday. We've got, I'm 403 Prospector, Prospecting 406, Carl Madley, Reg is down in chat modding. We've got a special co-host tonight, the world-renowned geologist, Rock Butcher. There he is. How's it going, Jim?
Hey, Jim.
Good. Good to see you again.
And we've got a really special guest tonight, Brennan Ruault from, I hope I said his last name right, from Gold Rush. So let's welcome him up. There he is. Brennan, how's it going?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Good.
Awesome, man. Thanks for coming.
Welcome to the
Good
show.
to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Did I say your last name right there, Brennan?
Yeah,
Brennan
you said it how they do on Gold Rush.
Okay, all right.
It's Ruault, but yeah.
Ruault. Okay, I'll get it right.
Oh, it's all good. Nobody can even say my first name half the time, so I'll go by whatever anyone calls me.
Wicked. So, how's the world of Gold Rush treating you, Brennan?
Oh, good, man. I absolutely love it up there.
Yeah, hey?
Yeah.
How many seasons have you been up there so far?
Oh, geez, I think it's been about 8, like out of the last 10 years. Been 8 of them. I took 2 off, so
Nice.
missed every minute of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just
Had that
something about that gold, man. I swear to God, when they say it gets in your blood, there's 100% truth behind that.
Must
Yeah,
not suck
you
watching that gold pour out every day, every weekend.
Yeah. I never thought growing up I'd venture down this career path, but I'm very grateful and happy that it had happened because I grew up in the forest industry, and I tell you, it's something about finding a little speck of gold is just so much more exhilarating than cutting trees down and sitting in a machine doing that all day. It's always an adventure. That's what I like about it.
So that's my really first question for you is how did you first get into mining and what originally pulled you towards gold?
I actually, like you say, I grew up logging, and then a spring breakup came, and I went down to work on the railroad by Fernie, and the company I was with, they actually had a civil side, and they were up in the mines, so ended up meeting a bunch of crew up there from Williams Lake, and then Carl, who you guys would have seen on the show there too. He was Rick's main mechanic at one point. Me and him just became best buddies. I'd never even known him before that, and he ended up getting a job with Parker, and ended up giving me a shout one day through a text message, and he said, "Oh, I'll get Parker to call you if you're interested." And I said, "Yeah." And then 2 weeks or so went by and no answer, and I'm like, I knew he got me there. I knew he was full of shit. So, and then Parker ended up calling me, man. It was just the most surreal moment of my life. So, and from there, the rest has just been history.
Yeah, and
That's
you just
awesome.
been making your way through the Gold Rush community, hey? Like you've been with you were with Parker, and then you were with Rick and Kevin. Uh, who would you say is one of your favorite? Who's the best mine boss you think you're working for?
That's a little bit of a tough question because they all have their good like. I'm not like I liked working for them all because there's all just a great. They all treated me so well, right? And honestly, they all each have their own strengths and everything too, right? So I honestly like working for everybody, and it just so happened that this year things had changed, and it was just a little bit better for me and my future. But not to say that I didn't enjoy being with Rick and Kevin either. They're great people. They treated me very, very well, and gave me lots of opportunities. And the best thing was just going to other operations as well and seeing how things are done differently. And last year with Kevin, it was pretty cool because I got to do so much on my own from start to finish, because we didn't have as an experienced crew to mining, you know what I mean? There's a lot of experienced operators and stuff, but so it was definitely a learning curve for me to be able to take care of it right from the beginning to the end, minus the wrenching on stuff. That was Kevin's specialty, and he's really good at that. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it was a busy season. I'll tell you, I felt like it probably aged me 10, 15 years. There's a lot going on, but I love every minute of that opportunity, man, because I was able to prove to myself what I was capable of too. So,
Yeah, we were chatting about a bit yesterday about that. You you were more the front man when you were with Kevin last year, and you had to do you were the foreman, you were the front guy for the camera crew. So how did you balance getting the work done in that 12-hour day and still providing that necessary footage for the film crew?
I worked 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put sleep on hold there. But I mean, it was good. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's almost peaceful getting up early in the morning. It was still cool, even though there's 24-hour daylight for a good stretch of time, and just go down and get your bearings straight and have a bit of time to let the coffee kick in and get your day going. And a lot of times there's from ground zero. That was a pretty big learning curve too, without having my old buddy Mitch there, who I worked so well with, and I'd always been able to bounce ideas with. Like I had to make the plan and stick with the plan or change the plan. So sometimes in the morning when it was quiet like that, I felt that's my time when I could really get things in order where I wanted them. And then when the crew come down, I had for the most part a decent plan for the day. And not to say that didn't change a lot too, but there's a lot of factors to vary in. You know what I mean? When you're going and you're looking after that much by yourself, things do change pretty quickly in that environment. You get rain, you get the heat, you get the fires, you get the dust, you have blowouts with the water, the pumps quit working. That's what I like about it too, as tiring as it is, and an old guy gets grumpy, and it's just from going day after day, but I still really do enjoy it because every day's different.
Reg Labs says effort you put into what you did and what you still do is an inspiration, Brennan. Keep up the amazing work.
Oh, thank you.
That's a tough job, and you really have to be a master of flexibility too, because you just never know what's going to come at you next, and you can't let it phase you too much. Otherwise, you would just kick rocks down the road and say, "To hell with this, I'm gone." You know.
Absolutely.
You know. So yeah, you gotta be up there and be willing to think. It takes a special person to do that kind of job. That's for sure.
Yeah, you always got to be quick on your feet for changing plans, eh? Like you could go in there, you could have it on a piece of paper, drawn out with pictures or like aerial footage down and explain what you're going to do minute by minute in the morning. And by, 7:01, every single plan's changed and you
That's
got to
yeah.
figure out
You're on
it's
plan. You're on plan S now or T. You're
Yeah,
starting on A,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
But the cool thing with that is it's like you really, and especially when you get to work with a bunch of people who are on the same page, it's like you really get to see what you're capable of in being like with your mind being so busy, you know what I mean? Like you have a lot of people to watch for you. You got film crew that you got to keep an eye on, and they're really good with what they're doing and being cautious too. But like when you're in a machine, you got to think a 750 is a pretty big size excavator. You got rock trucks and dozers, and you got to watch for traffic, and you got like people that are going in. Like at Kevin's, we're working right on the side of the road at the Indian River, so like that's the main line all the way out to a bunch of other mine sites too. So there's just constant things. Your head's got to be on a swivel,
Yeah.
and being able to like keep control of it. I mean, sometimes it's tough, but I mean, year after year, you just try to refine it and get better, and it's not to say a guy still doesn't get stressed out by it, but trying to get over that hurdle and not letting things bother you as much. It's just the day will plan out how it's going to pan out.
Yeah. Exactly. I found a nice rum and coke and cigar after dinner sometimes.
Yeah, I tried having a cigar with Dubit one time, and I sat in my car green, man. I was so sick. I couldn't even go back to work. I had his puff at lunch, and I was like, "Holy crap! I'm not used to it."
When I was down in Ecuador, they knew when they saw Senor Jim was sitting all by himself in his chair out there in the grass, and he had a great big glass of rum with ice cubes in it, and he was smoking a cigar. They're like, "Don't bother Senor Jim.
That's
Leave him
right.
alone." He's gonna drink that. He's going to go to sleep.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? I know. That's why everybody was laughing those years ago when I put that lawn out in front of my camper. But man, I tell you, just having a little piece of home up there just resets everything. Ice cold beer and your feet in the grass at the end of the day. It was perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We got a question from chat. Brennan, what's your favorite machine to operate on the mine?
I have to say, I've always just been a dozer guy. I love running dozer. It doesn't matter which size, honestly. Whether it's a D10 or a D11 or a D6, I love them all. But that and the excavator for sure. I just like the dozer because I like moving all day, like sitting there swinging. I've loaded so many trucks, and when I was logging, I was running a log processor for quite a few years. So you just like quarter swing all day. It's just like it gets very monotonous, right? I like being out finishing in a dozer and trying to keep everything to grade. That's kind of what helps me get through a long day, is having to. You got to find your loopholes. You just find things to help keep you concentrated, and the day goes by quicker too.
Right.
I know.
Be a little bit
early.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I think it was last season with Kevin's crew. They needed a dozer, and Tony and Minnie sent the 11 up, and they showed a little part where they were talking with Kevin, where don't let none of these idiots run this, and then they said you or Brennan, and that had to feel pretty good that they were trusting you with their $1.5 million brand new dozer.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I went and had a good talk with Tony in the office, and I definitely feel good. I've always got along so good with Tony. He's such an awesome guy. So it was definitely was a special thing. And I know the one guy on the crew there, Matt, he was a little bit sad because he never had ran an 11 at that point. He wanted to so bad. I said, sorry, Matt, I would if I could, but I don't want Tony barking down my throat here.
Justin, Alaska Gold Hunter from Gold Rush Whitewater, is asking if Brennan was bulking up and lifting since on the show, because they highlighted your eating on the show quite regularly.
I've been trying to cut back on my eating because it just goes right to my belly now. Oh man, every year that's what the film crew comments on is how much I can eat in a day, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I think it's just sometimes it's the boredom that takes over. You just constantly snacking. So no, I haven't been bulking and I haven't been working out. I've been pretty busy here at home. So
It happens when you get older.
What do you
Yeah.
what do you all do on your downtime when you get some?
well,
If you
on the
get
mine
some.
when we're up
Yeah.
at the mine site, man, back in the day, we all kind of used to take days off on the same at the same time, and now everybody just kind of is on their own, takes days off, whatever. So honestly, it's just sleeping, catching up on some laundry, maybe go to town, grab a pizza or beers or whatever, and just trying to get any little bit of sleep you can get because she's a long grind up there.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're up there for like 6 months, eh? Like it's like when you're going up early spring here soon, hey?
Yeah, you betcha. And then usually from anywhere March, April till October most years there. So, but yeah, it's a long time. I mean, there is some really beautiful places to go check out up there, but it's hard to find the motivation to drive because it's such a far drive in between any town or anything cool up there. It's just like I kind of want to sleep instead of sit in my truck all day and then go back to sitting in a machine. So, one of my favorite things, though, to be honest with you, is there's a place called the Tombstone Mountain Range, and it's only about an hour and a half out of there. And that way you can go all the way up to Nuvik and Tuktoyaktuk and stuff. And I haven't been any farther than about 200 kilometers up that road because Eagle Plains was where I was going to, and then I got bored of driving because it's so far. But it is just beautiful country. Like you get mountains, and then you get tundra, and then it goes back into some hills, and it's like magical. I don't know how to explain it. If you have to go see it once to really appreciate what you're looking at up there.
I was going to say when back the very first job I had as a young geologist, I was up Brewery Creek, just east of Dawson City, and a hard rock mine.
Okay.
And we were actually drilling it off before it went into production.
Yep.
And I took a day off and I went up the Dempster, and it's like, what do you do on your days off? My answer was going to be sleep
Yep.
and laundry. But I actually took a day off because I'd never ever caught an Arctic char before.
Right.
And you have to go up past the tombstones to catch the Arctic char, right?
Yep.
And so I went up, and then you got to check in at the ranger station, and they're like, where are you going? What are you doing? Kind of thing. And then carry on. I talked to the ranger on the way up, and he showed me on a map exactly where to go. He says, yeah, we netted them, man. There was like hundreds of them, man. We got it right around here. Okay, so I parked the truck, and it's like a kilometer walk across the tundra.
Yep.
In this big glacial valley. And so it's me, my shotgun, my backpack, and my fishing gear, and walk across there. I fished there for 6 hours. I didn't catch not even a grayling, man. Not even a grayling. And for anybody who's ever fished in the Arctic, like Arctic grayling is one every cats,
Oh yeah.
And I was so depressed. I had to walk all the way back, carry the damn shotgun in case I caught a fish, for the bears. And went all the way back. I wasted an entire day. I said to myself after, that's it. To heck with this. Next time I get a day off, I'm just going to go into town, drink a couple beers, come back, and go to sleep. And
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Have
the
you ever-
Tombstone's beautiful country up there.
Oh man, I know. It's just so peaceful. You just resets everything. No phone service, nothing.
Yeah.
You just go and chill out. And you
Yeah.
know, I mean, I stay in a camper up on the mine site, but when the family comes up, we go take a tent out there, and it kind of brings you back to being a kid, and enjoying it and sitting by the creek. It's so awesome. I quite enjoy that.
Magnificent. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. If anybody ever gets a chance to go to the Yukon, you got to go that way. Go up the Dempster Highway.
Everybody asks me what it's
Yes.
like up there, and I'm like, you honestly have to go at least one time in life to really experience when the billboard, when you enter the Yukon and it says larger than life, it's really what it means. Like, it's so vast up there. it's hard to put into perspective until you actually go see what it's really like.
Wow.
Yeah, once you
So-
get past the tree line too,
Yeah,
it gets hard to tell distances because
Yeah,
you've got nothing as a frame of reference. And it's like, oh, look, there's a rock. Let's go over to that rock and have a picnic. Well, that rock might be 3 kilometers away.
yeah.
And it's the size of a house. But you look at it and you think it's 500 yards, whatever. So,
Oh, I always wondered that too back in the day when the first people ever went up there mining, like how they actually found it. Like it's a 5.5 hour drive, like cooking on it from Dawson to Whitehorse. And I know
Yeah.
they would have taken the river and such, but man, like it is so far. And I'm thinking, can you imagine they made them bring 2,000 pounds of supplies up over the, what do you call it? The White Pass or whatever. And so I'm like,
yeah.
how the heck do you even fathom what that's like? How many trips up and down there and then it snows and you lose everything? I'm getting mad that I got to drive 5.5 hours with an air conditioner.
Mhm.
So we got another question from Curtis. He was wondering how often, or if so, if your family comes up and visits during the season.
Back in the day, they used to come up there for 2 months when the kid was really young and hang out there. Parker, he'd always go up and bug Parker every day and stuff. Is pretty funny. And he was actually his picture's still on the wall behind Doomit. It's Doomit, Parker, and my son sitting there holding a pan of gold. So it's in the gold room when they do weigh-ins every week. But now that they're older, he's older, they don't get to come up as much. Maybe about 2 weeks for the year. So it's a long go without seeing him. But I mean, thank God for FaceTime. That also helps.
So yeah, I mean, during those, you said you were there for 8 out of 10 years, right?
Yep.
For the last 10 years. So what did you do for those 2 years then that you weren't mining?
I came home there and I went out pipelining in Kamloops on the Trans Mountain expansion. I did some logging on Highway 37, which is another way up to the Yukon from Smithers and Terrace area. So I went up there and I worked for my cousin in town doing some excavation. Just tried a few different things out there and realized how much I miss mining and ended up back up there with Kevin. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Fantastic. Can't just get away from it. Huh?
You had a close call with an avalanche once while snowmobiling. Can you walk us through what happened and how that affected your outlook?
Yeah, no, for sure. I was, geez, that had to have been close to 20 years ago now, and yeah, at least 15 or 20. So we were just out and it was an actual big snowmobile day. It was called the Big Iron Shootout. And there was about a couple hundred people there. And yeah, everybody got wiped out at the bottom of the one slide chute. And I was a long, long ways over the bank. Like I was so far from my two friends there that they actually thought that I didn't make it through it. So when I found him, my one buddy, I swear it was like he was 100 yards away from me when he come over the crest of the hill and he seen me and he just felt like one leap and he speared me to the ground and he was crying. He's like, I can't believe you're alive, man. And I said, yeah, I didn't know where everybody was. There's only about 10 people down where I was. We were so far. Like the snow had ran out. Like the slide had no more snow left. So I never even had a nightmare about it, but it definitely now, like I don't sled much anymore, and it's not because of the avalanche, just kind of lost interest. But anytime I'm in a slide area, I sure does give you a different feeling in your stomach when you're riding through there. When we were kids, we used to climb up that slide chute one after another before beacons were a big thing, before av packs were a big thing. I'm like, man, we're so lucky that nothing ever happened back then. Like I wouldn't even want to take my son into some of those areas we used to go and it was like that fast and it wiped 200 people out.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, so definitely don't want to experience that again. I was a pretty lucky day to make it through that.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh. So when you guys are picking out crew members and stuff, how do you guys choose, and how often do you have to settle with someone who's inexperienced on equipment?
To be honest with you, I really don't ever have a part of that very often. So it's just whoever the office staff brings up, and And if they're new, they let us know, and then we train them and try and show them the ropes, and just go from there.
Okay. I mean, is it common to get people who don't know how to drive equipment up there?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's usually if there's some rock truck drivers and stuff, right? If they're hiring an excavator, dozer hand and stuff, usually they try to really dig into the experience level. But I mean, again, people have been also known to exaggerate on skill level because they really want the job, which I don't blame anybody, right? It's a pretty unique career path to choose. So, but it does make it tough, right? Like when we got a short window to do what we need to do, so it's tough. Like you need a real high ball and crew, right? And especially when I like working at Parker's in the past, like we all were getting we were still pretty green, but we were getting things dialed in pretty good, and that was one thing that I can say that I did miss after leaving there. And it's like Mitch and I, man, I remember back in the day, we could look at each other a couple 100 feet across the cut and just give a head nod. It's like we knew what each other was thinking, and just make it happen. We didn't even need a two-way radio and just get it done. So that was one thing that I always have missed, That's pretty special to find that.
Yeah, you
How
two
does it
really
feel
did
to be
work.
back with Mitch?
Oh man, it feels so good. He's one of my good buddies, man. I missed him a lot. So he's a hardworking dude, and he is so talented. It's insane. Like on anything he does, he's just a magician. And I know sometimes he says to me, I'm a human too. I can make mistakes. I'm like, but when I don't see it, Mitch, you're dialed in. We're very methodical, and it always works. And I really enjoy learning from him. Like that's one thing that I can always take. Like there isn't a day that I hardly don't learn something new just because he's so good at his craft, and it doesn't matter what it is. So it's always great to have a guy like that on any crew because they're worth more than the gold itself.
Yeah, it seems like Parker's got kind of a well-oiled machine happening up there with Mitch, you, Doomit. Yeah, like Doomit, he's a legend in himself. He's always encouraging you younger guys and giving you words of encouragement. Um, what do you think the mindset would be like without Doomit around?
Man, I know. Well, and that was another guy that I really missed too, right? With his words of wisdom. And I've always called him since day one. I call him Pop all the time. Every day we see each other, he's like, I need my hug there, Sonny. So it's just great because he's always a positive guy, and he always has such great outlooks on everything. And I missed it. So I couldn't imagine him not being there at all. Just if he wanted to retire, he's getting up there in age, and that guy still works his ass off. So I think it would be. I don't even know how to think what it would feel like without him around. To be honest,
Every site needs a crusty old guy.
what's that?
Every site needs a crusty old guy.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I have a lot of fun with the youngsters on our crew too. I know exactly where you're coming from.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's always great having that, especially the older guys have been through a lot more life experiences, work experiences, so it's great to learn from. And
Yeah.
if you're just having a down day, they have a good perspective on how to change it, and it can bring you back up.
100%. Yep. That's it.
What was your first day on the Gold Rush site like compared to what you expected?
I'm not too sure. That's a long time ago now. I don't. Honestly, that's a hard question. Well, it's not hard. I just never thought of that. It was busy. Like I didn't really know what to expect from that style of mining. Right, I went into the open pit mining and wasn't really into the mining. We were doing more outskirts stuff. So when we got there, I do know one thing. It was just hair straight back from the minute I started, which was good though because it makes the season go by quick.
Yeah. Okay. How different is real mining compared to what it's portrayed on TV?
Oh man, everything's just. I mean, it all is real mining. We're going hard every day. It's I don't think anything's really portrayed too differently. I know of people, I read comments and stuff, but it's just all, I mean, there's a lot going on, right? Things change quickly, all sorts of stuff happens. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing sometimes I think that people maybe question or wonder, you know, if, I don't know how to put it, like, if we're up there being actors or something, but we're not. Like, I mean, it is a high paced environment because, like you say, you only have 6 months to get it done, and like, I mean, it is go 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 from the time you eat breakfast till the time you get home for dinner. It is flat out every day, and you know, some days are 14 hours, some days are 6. You have a breakdown on a wash plant, you might be there all night. You know, we got to get that up and running and keep making that money.
What's it
In
like
my
watching?
opinion, I think you'd be 20%, 10-20% more efficient if the cameras weren't actually there.
To be honest with you, I don't think so. They're really
No?
good at giving us our space and what we need, and
Okay.
yeah, no, it is like I mean, we all have to work together in that token, right? They understand too that we got a short window, so and you know that's the one nice thing too is it does also help break up the monotony of the day. It getting to do that as well, you know.
Yeah,
That's
I've heard
interesting.
nothing
Yeah.
but good things about the film crews up there, that they're really like great people to work with, and you know, if the guys need space, they give you guys space. You know, they're still there to do a job, but they respect what you gotta do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's times that it's tough, but like we always just keep working through it. I know, like, you know, myself or Mitch or somebody or Tyson would be like that too. You know, you just keep giving her and trying to be on foot and moving while you're doing it, right? Just because there's some busy times up there.
We've got
I
a
don't know. Maybe
question.
it's different on different shows and stuff, but I know up there we got things pretty dialed in. If, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
There's a question in chat wondering what is the biggest screw up that you've ever seen go down at the mine site?
Oh man, I don't. Geez, I don't know. I think that one time years and years ago when the wash plant fell off the pad there when I was working for Parker back in the day, it undermined itself with some loose gravel, and we just had set it up that day, and then had to go pull it all apart and reset it up again.
Oh wow.
That was hardcore. Or the
How
time I was
close
in,
was that to going over the edge?
pardon me.
How close was that to going over the edge?
Oh, it tipped over. The tailings held it up on the tailings conveyor.
I remember that episode actually. I think
Yeah, and that was
like yikes.
yeah. It was. I remember we got a knock on the door, and I looked out the window, and it was like early in the morning, and I just, because it's 24-hour daylight, I just turned over and put my eyes I just went right back to bed till the door knocked again. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. I'm too tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Big things like that don't tip over gracefully either.
No.
There's kinds of adjustments that need to be done afterwards.
Oh, yeah. We're lucky it didn't have more damage to it there.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, that was definitely one of them.
Reg has a question, and I have kind of a follow-up question to go along with it, or I'll ask them both at the same time. So I did read that you had been, or maybe you still are, teamed up with another company, and you were selling some pay dirts. I'm wondering if you're still selling pay dirts, and then Reg wants to know what's the largest nugget you personally have found.
Yeah, I'm teamed up with Mammoth Gold Nuggets there, but they're still selling that. And to be honest with you, I've never found any nuggets. Like, it's usually the wash plant, right? So I've never panned anything on my own, and a lot of the gold up there where we are is fine gold. So I can't give you an honest answer that I've actually got to find a nugget on my own.
Okay. And so if we go through, you said Mammoth pay dirts, we can get gold that you've actually mined yourself then?
I don't think it's some stuff I mine myself, no, but I did at one point with them. That was the other venture I was on those 2 year break. I went up and worked for those guys as well. So definitely had some gold being mined together at that point in time.
And did you have like a wash plant operation, or were you out backpack sluicing, or?
Yeah, I worked with them, and they had a big operation as well there with wash plant and everything. So, and they had some pretty cool nuggety ground up there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any of your own cells in British Columbia or the Yukon?
Yeah, actually, this fall when I got home, a guy that I know had some claims for sale down in BC here. So I grabbed a few because they're only an hour and a half from home. So thought it'd be something to go and play on one day, and a guy has some time and do some panning and take my son down there and hang out. No real plans on making a big operation, just more of a hobby type thing for me. I'd
Nice.
get my fill of mining while I'm up north.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Seems like a lot. Do
So,
you ever?
like,
There was another question about so are you teaching your son to prospect and mine then, or?
No, not as much. I'd like to say I just don't get to see him enough. And then when I get home, it's usually turning winter here, close to, right? I just take a few weeks of downtime. I'm pretty exhausted when I get home. So, and then his hockey season's pretty much in full swing by the time I get home to do that. So there's not a lot of time, but I'm hoping he wants to come up north this summer and come to work.
How old is he?
Cool.
He's going to be 15 here next month. So,
Wow.
Holy.
yeah.
It's amazing how quick you grow up, eh? Holy jeez.
Oh man, I know it's goes by way too fast. And I've had him on some machines here and stuff. He catches on so quick, and I'm like, where did you learn how to do some of these just little movements? But I pick up on because I've been operating a gear since I was 5 years old. So I'm just like, who taught you that? Like, I haven't even got to be home and or show you that. And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, I'm proud of you, son. Like, that's pretty cool that I don't know if he's just watched enough TV with me or what. Because I wish I could say that he sat on a piece of equipment with me longer than he has, but it's kind of tough to do that this day and age too, with regulations and WCB and all that, right? So,
Yeah.
Well, it's really cool. Your kid shares the passion, though.
yeah, I really hope that it's something you might want to work towards as as a career one day or something, or try it out for a summer too and see if he likes it to do it full time. Because I'd love to be able to share that if I'm away at work and can be able to teach him, not all the wrong ways to do stuff.
Yeah. So Deep North
So what's
has
your
a question
process
for you.
for deciding whether ground is worth pushing or walking away from?
What was that? Sorry.
What's your process for deciding whether ground is worth pushing or walking away from?
Well, usually they have it drilled out, right? And then we have it mapped pretty tight to see if it's worth going into. I haven't, like when we were at Kevin's there, we didn't drill it, but it was pretty easy going on the side of the Indian River, right? We know that ground very well. And, but the problem with drilling too is it's a huge expense, especially on your first few years of being going out on your own. Those are some huge costs to do. So thankfully that piece was easy, but I know like Parker drills a lot, right? So that's how we determine it.
Okay. Yeah, a question from chat. Deep North was wondering, when you're working in bigger operations, how are you paid? Is it like a normal weekly check? Is it an end of the season thing for a percentage?
Yeah, we just get paid like any normal job there bi-weekly. So
Okay, that's cool.
there's lots of overtime to be put in up there.
Well, especially with gold prices the way they are now, I bet they push real hard.
Jeez, no kidding, man. What is up with that? Hey, holy! Every day I look, I'm just like, oh, that's crazy. But again, the price of gold goes up, so does everything else around it, right? Fuel, parts, labor, like mechanics. It's crazy. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to actually own a big operation. What the cost would be. I have no idea, and I think I probably wouldn't sleep very well at night if I did know.
Oh, maybe that's why they're all so grumpy.
Yeah, well, I do know I have a receding hairline starting, and if I had to take those stresses, it'd probably be gone already.
Join the club, man.
What?
Join the club.
Don't feel bad, buddy.
Right? We're all there, man.
The
See, that's
reason
why-
I'm wearing the ball cap so I don't blind y'all from the
Yeah.
glare coming off. The
Yeah, I got a bunch of white ones starting too. I keep my hat on low, but
Oh,
that's why I want to just keep my claims as hobbies, so maybe I don't stress so bad.
Just get used to those. Then you'll start seeing them here. But it's when you start seeing them there, that's okay. That's when there's an issue.
Yeah, no kidding. That's too funny.
That's great. Oh, groove.
I've got a good question for you if nobody else has got one lined up. Serious one. Now, this comes from keeping in mind that I've done a lot of placer mining too, but the bulk of mine has been overseas, like in the jungle and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so the bedrock's different. But like when you guys when you're on the creek with the excavator on the pay streak, now I get it. You might have pay streaks stranded up high, and then you're going to strip off waste, and then but you're right down on the bedrock.
Yep.
Do you just have like we're going to rip 3 feet of bedrock up and run the whole thing? Or do you actually have somebody that goes in and takes a look at it? Now, before you answer, the reason I ask that is because, like, when I've worked, we get right down to bedrock in the placer, and a lot of times in the jungle, you get what's called saprolite. So the bedrock actually is like weathered to clay, which is a perfect boundary for keeping the gravel on it and everything else. But it was bedrock when the gravel was deposited. It's later on in geological time that it's turned to clay. But as you're excavating these beds of gravel, the riverbed, there's undulations in the bed. The potholes, or in French they call it marmite. And one pothole can hold a pile of stuff, because it's a gravity trap. It's a super duper one. And so the question then is, like, do you guys just arbitrarily, because I know you're doing it on such an enormous scale, do you just arbitrarily rip all that crap up and put it through the mill? Or do you actually have somebody that comes along and inspects and says, no, wait, there's right here, there's a little bit more left. I need you to come in here with the bucket and, get down in there.
Yeah, well, that was when I first started. Like, I'd never even gold mined, and I ended up getting put on dig and pay like 10 years ago. And I remember Parker's like, "Have you done this before?" He's like, "You seem to catch on pretty quick." And like, I just kept refining it over the years, and like, I really prided myself on trying to get better at that, right? And that was primarily my main job for a long time after stripping season was over. So I got to read the ground pretty good on the Indian River. I'm not saying for every creek, because it does change, but up there, I do know exactly what you're talking about with those deep pockets, because you'll find them. And some, once we hit that clay layer, we usually just kind of cut the gravel off, because it does clog the plant up, right, if it's too sticky. Sure. And but it's a tough thing, because there's a stretch on the Indian River off to the one side that another miner that I know was telling me that they had went through the clay. I can't remember why. And it was like there's a layer 2 feet of clay or something over top of one of those holes, but they pulled that off and just luckily found it. And I thought he said there was over 1,000 ounces in there. I don't know how many years ago this was, right? It wasn't even us, but that's when it really opened my eyes to want to start checking more, because I didn't see too many of those, because a lot of ours is quite nice, you dig and it's shaly, or we call sugar cubes because it breaks out like that. But again, we only take roughly 2 feet of it. We have done tests where we went deeper and tried it, like a couple 1,000-yard test, and it just wasn't worth it because it's so abrasive too. So it wears the plant and the teeth, like everything, right? So, but every place is a bit different. Some places are just straight clay, and I haven't noticed those holes. I mean, I wish I was able to actually talk to more miners from other mine sites to see what they would say on that, because that is a really good question, and see what they may have found, because it always makes you want to search a little harder. But there's also a point in time where you can't play around too much because you have so much to get through.
Exactly. Exactly. No, that's a great answer. And my follow up, you already answered it. I was going to say, like, did you go back and, rip up more of the bedrock to determine? Because we always did the same thing. Like, we'd rip out, 2 feet of it, 60 centimeters or whatever, run it through the plant.
Yep.
And then we go back and we do a batch of the next 30 centimeters or a foot of it and run that through the plant. What do we get? Just, mostly headache. And so it's like, okay, to hell with this. So, but that's a great answer. That's so your operators on the shovel are on the lookout for those potholes.
Yeah, for sure.
The clay layers that you encounter up in the Yukon above the bedrock, or maybe even on the bedrock sometimes, are that's post-glacial, when things got real quiet, and that the whole Tintina Trench area that wasn't glaciated, part of that land bridge that went across the Siberian. That's a real problem, because those deposits are all far older than that. And the trick is trying to get through it. But some of those things are 30 feet thick, and how much does it cost you to get through it versus not knowing what's on the other side of it? Like, it's not worth it.
Well, and that was the one thing when I went to work with Rick up in the Mayo area, which you probably are familiar with. That's all been glaciated. Like that's all been glaciated a couple of times, he told me. And, that was a definite learning curve again for me, which I enjoyed, because you really had to be on your toes looking at different layers. And I remember in the one spot we had that big 475 Komatsu, and I was stripping ground, and all of a sudden I just hit this blue clay layer and I couldn't get through it. Like it was soft, but it just didn't end. So I called Rick over and I'm like, well, what's going on here? Because I'm not used to seeing this up on the side pay. And he's like, oh, so we tried digging with a hoe too. And it's like, it's sticky stuff, eh? Like it's tough digging because it's just like pasty. But so we just kind of left that spot and moved around it. But it's definitely neat how that happens, eh? Like that's just decomposed rock, really. But how it gets in different layers, what the glacier does, is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about that stuff, but I find it very fascinating.
Yeah. I've always wondered why the crews on the TV shows didn't have a geo on the crew. Because like there's lots of things I could do as well other than being a geologist, right? But thing is, like, I can run a dozer, not nearly as good as you can, but I can run an excavator too. But
for sure.
But the thing is, when you get to one of those things like it's a head scratcher moment, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Every once in a while, some guy, that has the experience and the education can say, hey, wait a minute, if we do this, there might be something there, right? It's worth a try.
Crew that I worked with there with the pay dirt bags there, they did have a geologist on site. He was a young guy, but man, he was super smart, and like it was cool because I learned a lot too, right? And it's just a great different perspective. Like I've just been learning it as I go and asking questions from other miners and the people I work with, and we all like try and make a good plan together. But when you have someone who went to school for it and really knows different formations, it was hard not to get caught up in wanting to talk about it all day and realize, hey, you got to get back to work, because I just find it so interesting because I don't know anything about it, right?
Like these big long discussions about it. It's like, oh, okay, wait, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks
Yeah,
for that. No, that was a great conversation. I appreciate it.
absolutely. I appreciate it as well.
We do have another question in from Michelle in chat. Brennan, how long does it take Chris to clean up the gold prior to weigh-ins? Is it hours or is it the next day or?
Geez, you know what? I'm never around the gold room long enough to know, but I think he gets it done pretty quick. He's got that down to a science, that man. And some of the cleanest gold I've ever seen. Like, it's phenomenal what he does in there.
What's it like watching those piles of gold get poured out?
Gives you anxiety. It's definitely like I'm used to seeing it now, right? But it is still, I don't know why, it's just something that lights you up every single time you see it. It's why does it do that to a person? It's been like that for thousands of years, right? I don't know what's so special about it. I don't get why it gets in your bloodstream and just makes you crave it.
It's the sum of the work that you have done during that period. It's
Absolutely.
the product, like a carpenter makes a table, or a plumber fits a house, but you made that, and that's what's always driven me.
And you know what's crazy is, especially with the prices today, like that much is worth, like, it's astronomical. Like, you think I moved trillions, it feels like trillions of loads of dirt to find this little bit, but it is worth so much. It is the neatest thing ever.
It's cool. It's
We have
amazing.
another related question. How often do the cleanups happen?
Geez, usually every couple of days, because it's just we're running so much yardage through, right? So I think it's every 4 days. Everybody's kind of different as well. Like, I think, what were you doing with Kevin? Well, maybe it was close on those plants that we're all running are pretty similar. So I think every 3 to 4 days usually.
Yeah, well, Rick's really the only person that runs a different plant than all of you guys.
Yeah, he has that pan feeder, I think it's called there, just because it's such big boulders over there, right? It's built a little bit different and can handle that. I remember when Freddie and Juan came up, like they put a punch plate about that thick in there, just instead of using the screens, right? Because they just blow right out.
That's right.
That's
I forgot
when-
about that.
Are you allowed to prospect on the mines on your time off, or do you go somewhere else if you want to prospect on your own?
Geez, I don't even know. I've never even asked to do that, to be honest with you. I haven't really seen anybody else do it either. I think we're all just so burnt out by the end and think you'd rather go to town. So I'm sure if you asked whatever mine boss, they'd probably let you, but definitely make sure you ask before you do anything like that.
Easy way to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't even feel right going up to other people's mine sites, even if I know them. I don't know why. I always just feel like I'd like to be able to get a hold of them beforehand, even if you're going up for a visit or something after work. It's just a respect thing from the way I look at it. I mean, you're allowed to, but I know everybody's, it's take a lot of pride in it, and you just don't want anybody rolling around on your claims.
Yeah.
Especially up there. You're allowed to shoot a guy on your claims up there.
I know. I heard that that's still a law that exists. Is that true?
It is.
Is it really? Oh,
it is. It is.
Yeah, I don't need no buckshot in my ass cheeks. I don't have enough air in my lungs to run away.
The only place in Canada where you can legally shoot another human being and get away with it.
That's crazy. I heard that was something, but I didn't know if it was just a rumor. No, that's crazy.
No, that's still
we have a pretty standard question that we ask all of our guests. If money and time were not a factor and you could go anywhere in the world to mine, where would you go and how would you go about mining?
Man, I don't know enough about the rest of the world and where's some good hot spots to know. I mean, one place that sounds pretty interesting to me is Atlin, which is just pretty much over the mountain range from us, because there is some huge gold over there. Like there's nuggets like this they find in some of the claims before it got really hard to mine with regulations and stuff. So that to me would be interesting just because it's in the area I know. And like if you could find baseball sized nuggets, how do you not want to try that out?
Yeah, you got my attention for sure.
Yeah, what's this place called again? So are there any other like rocks or minerals that you go look for on your time off when you're not mining?
No, to be honest with you, buddy, I've been so busy the last 15 years. Like I usually come, like I've been on mining for the 8 of the 10, but I've been working on the road for 15 now, and I really never give myself much downtime. So I got to start finding that work-life balance here so I can go do fun stuff like that.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
You can see all the empty shelves behind me used to be filled with different rocks.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's making me move it all.
Yeah, he's in the moving process, so it's not. It's a little empty right now.
Probably 400 or 500 pounds of rocks I gotta move.
Oh, fun. I do know though one day I would this summer there was some geologists up from the University of Calgary, and they were doing some core sampling and stuff like that. And I did ask the guy, I can't remember his name, but he'd been doing it for like 30 some years as a professor there. And I just find it so interesting what, like I asked, you guys just do like day courses where you can come in and sit at a lecture and like learn this stuff? Because I find I absorb so much more listening to someone tell me than reading a book. I don't know why that is, but it is so cool to hear some of the theories from millions of years ago that they have because of the way that rocks lay and this and that. And I'm like, man, to me that would just amplify your mining skills again, being able to read the ground better and like understand river flows and this and that, like I don't know, color and texture and
Yeah.
what means what. I'm learning every day, but to actually go in a class and learn it, I think would be kind of neat.
Yeah, the thing is that there is no distinct class that teaches you that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So, like if you're 100% into placer mining, you'd have to do your set. You can go. I mean, I think any adult, you got to apply for it in Canada. But I think any adult is welcome to, for free, audit a course. It's called auditing the course. You sit in the course, you do the tests with the prop. It's just like you're a student.
No way.
But you don't get, you get marks on your thing, but you don't get a diploma at the end of it. Right. It doesn't count towards a credit. And you're totally free to do that.
Really? That's cool.
Probably the more effective way, because frankly, like I'll tell you, man, the university for me just made the foundation of the house that I live in now, right?
Right.
And it's everything else that I learned in the field from all of the people that I've worked with that has built the walls, put the roof on the house, put the windows, and filled the house out. So, you could get the basics from university, but you're way farther ahead. Maybe just looking out some geological group and saying, "Hey, man, find a sedimentologist and say, hey, would you mind sitting down? I'll take you out for a beer." Geologists are the only alcohol-based life form on the planet. Okay, so I'll tell you that, number one. And so all you got to do is say, "Hey, beers are involved, and let's go have a chat about this." And they'll say, "Sure thing. I'll meet you at Arby's or whatever the hell you want to go."
Yeah.
And off you go. And that's definitely the way to do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like when they showed up this year, because I don't get to see him too often, right? The guy's always so busy on the mine site, but I felt bad. I probably wore him out with questions because it's just so fascinating. I was just like, man, never bothered me at all. Yeah, it's definitely cool. All the stuff that you went to school for from grade 1 to 12, I don't find I used any of it in life, but that I could use every single day what I'm doing now. So,
I'll tell you, honest to God truth, there are, to this day, I've been doing this now, what, 35 years?
yeah.
And there are days when something comes up that I look at it, like I get some information, whatever, that's been reported, and I'm like, I remember learning about that in second year. This is the first time I've seen that since I learned about it in university. So like
That's
it's
crazy.
it's like even at this point in my life, it is still a learning process. And that's what like we in the prospecting community have to keep doing for each other. Is like
Absolutely.
that's why I'm here. I'm happy to. I've known these guys for years, and it's they got. There's no such thing as a crazy question, only crazy people, and so I just you know,
Yeah.
and sometimes I tell them, and there's times like I get questions that I can't answer that. Damn it, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to look it up, and
Yeah.
I'll get back to you with the answer, right?
Yeah.
So, no, this life in the mining
And that's
industry is
the
a continuous learning process, and you could be the best equipment operator in the world, but or the best geologist in the world, but if you don't keep learning and expanding your knowledge, then what good are you to the rest of the community, right? So,
Oh, I agree with you 100%. And I think that's why I enjoy the mining so much because, like, definitely there's some days that are repetitious, but there's a lot of days that are like we were speaking about earlier in the conversation, just ever changing, right? And you got to just be on your toes to make it work and, come together as a team to make it happen because there's way too much to do in a season for one person, no matter what mindset you're on up there. It's a busy place, I wonder, like, it would still be busy if you could do it 12 months a year if it wasn't because of the cold winter. But I just wonder what it would be like if it would be a little different if there was a 12-month season. Just it's just go in and grind hard, and I like that because it goes by so quick. And
Sure.
if this year felt like it went by in two blinks of an eye, and that was pretty cool. But uh, yeah, I don't know. There's always lots of things a guy consider and think about while you're in a machine all day, and if it's a slower day, right, your mind wanders and just look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be, you got to get a lot of that time, though. I mean, in those machines, right? Just to kind of think to yourself and kind of, give yourself that mental healing time you need to go through everything.
Or it makes you angry too, thinking about stuff. No,
yeah, I mean, there were definitely times we saw you guys angry in those machines. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. No, but it definitely does give you a lot of time to get a bit of a break too, right? So it is nice.
I mean, you can go close your door on your coworker and be like, "I'm done with you," and you can ignore them.
Yeah, oh yeah. But then the radio starts. They always bugged me for years. They're like, "You have the cleanest hands I've ever seen," and I said, "I work damn hard at keeping them that way too." Mitch, my air conditioner's broken. Mitch, my satellite radio isn't working.
So tell us about your new work boots.
Yeah, I got a new line of work boots out through Brunt Workwear. They're called the Ruault, so he named after my last name, and we launched those in October. So that was a pretty special day for me, I tell you. Absolutely love them.
I'll have to go check them out. Did they come in wide feet?
Yeah, they do because I'd got a wider foot. So, and they have 2 layers in them, which all the boots do, that you can pull out to get more width and comfort in there, right? So they're two different foam layers, but yeah, they got great big handles on the side, full waterproof. I had wore mine all season long. I love them. They're definitely, and they have some better tread because I was wearing another pair that they have it's kind of along the same lines, but they're more of like an iron ironworker's boot on the bottom, so a little bit slippery out on the mine site with the rock
Yeah.
and everything. So these ones have some good tread on them
Good.
and a bit of liner. So yeah, they're pretty
Where can a guy
exciting.
get a pair of those?
Yeah,
Yeah, if
checking
you
them
just
out right now. They're kind of a cool cross between like a standard work boot and a cowboy boot.
Yeah, I love the slip-on feature. You can get them on bruntworkwear.com there, and if you use Ruault10, you guys can get the discount code. So, but yeah, what I like about them too is they're loose on like your calf and your shin, which I find I like when I'm on excavator pedals. Right, I struggle when I have lace-up boots too tight. It just makes the front of my shin, the muscles down my shin bones get so sore. Right, that's what I love about them, and having them waterproof. Like it takes a beating, and boots take a beating in general up there in the gravel and the wet all day, all night. Kicking the toes off, all the mud, it blows them apart. So
I love the slip-on features of boots, man. I
oh,
work in people's homes doing house remodels, dude. You got to take your shoes off constantly, so it's a
absolutely,
big bonus for me.
yep, for sure. I love it.
Those are sweet to remember that. So, I need to step away for a minute. I can hear my kid running around upstairs. He's supposed to be sleeping. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So where do you
I
see your
just,
mining
are
career
they-
going in the next 5 to 10 years, Brendan?
Pardon me there.
Where do you see your mining career going in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think it'd keep going strong there. I mean, I'm still loving it a lot. So, I don't want things to change, to be honest with you.
Oh, where did we go? I
What
screwed up the
advice
layout. I'm
would you
sorry.
give someone starting out with basic equipment?
Oh, sorry, I missed that there.
What advice would you give to someone starting out with basic equipment?
To go mining, I would definitely research the ground first and foremost, and do everything you can to test it because you don't want to just go in digging holes everywhere, hoping to hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I'd say that would probably be the best decision, and once you know where that pay streak at, then it's going to be a little bit easier, right? Because I've seen a lot of guys up there kind of come and go over the years that I think, everybody thinks they'll just hit it rich the first time they dig it, and it's definitely an eye-opening experience, especially if you come to the Yukon with permafrost, right? It's frozen as deep as you can think wherever the permafrost is. Like if you went over to Rick's ground, super deep, glacial till, super hard. Some of it's soft, but then you come over to Dawson area and it's frozen, right? So it's a whole nother ball game there.
Right.
So, after all of these years on TV and in the mines, what's the biggest lesson that Gold Rush has taught you about hard work, teamwork, or chasing dreams?
Biggest lesson it's taught me. I don't know how to answer that. Never even thought of that question. That's a really good question. Definitely, one thing I could say is being in a camp with the same people for that long a time, is learning to become friends and get along with everybody. I find that that's one thing I think is pretty neat is, everybody has their own groups too that they hang out with at night, but it's a long time to stay with the same people, like it's, most jobs, you're 2 weeks on, 1 week off type of thing in the oil patch or something like that. So, learning that everybody has differences, but everybody can come together and be a family for that period of time. That's a pretty special feeling. Like, I know every February I usually get the itch to go back because it's like we spend more time together than we do with our own families. So you kind of like start missing everybody, Can't wait to get back, see how their winters went, if they went traveling, what they've done, if they bought anything cool or whatever. So I find that a very special thing, It's you really get to know people on a very personal level up there and become a family. That's what I said. That's what I said when I was gone there. I missed my original Gold Rush family, meaning like being on Parker's crew and stuff, right? The people I very first mined with, because We all grew together as a team there.
Right.
You know.
Sorry if I'm not good at answering some of these questions. They're really good
Oh, no,
questions. I
you're-
just haven't thought of in that perspective to answer better. So I do apologize on that part.
No,
You
no,
Dude, you're
you're good.
great, man.
There was another question in chat, and then they've been talking about other stuff, and I lost it. I know Justin was asking before if you had Matt or Alex as a camera guy.
Matt or Alex? But I wonder which ones they were, because we've had quite a few, I think.
Oh no, my chat's stuck. Beer or drink of choice? Yeah, what is your do you drink? What's your beer or drink of choice?
To be honest with you, I quit drinking last July there, and so, but before that, I could say I really did like Coors Banquet, or up here they have the Fernie Project 9 Pilsner. I don't know what got me started on those, but there's definitely days that I could use one of them, even though I quit drinking. Man, I don't know what it is, an ice cold one of those. I love them.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time in Fernie.
I did at one point, but they do sell those beers up here in Invermere.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been told. I haven't been to the liquor store.
So you said you used to work for CP? Or
No, just a contract company that was there. It was a company called Remcan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You have answered all my questions already tonight. Holy cow.
Yeah, I gotta look through and see if I missed any.
That's what I spent like half of my day at work doing today
Nice.
instead
I
of doing
spent
tile
half-
work.
Can we talk about the wildfires at all, or is that too much involved with this season, or what was that like with them burning a mile away from you?
Yeah, well, it's great. Every single year, it seems like there's tons of fires nowadays, right? Like,
Yeah.
even when I was over at Rick's there, it was smoked right out. And I remember a few years ago, there was fires so bad that the forestry had came and put sprinklers on the roofs of our camp there when I was working for Parker the last time. It was getting so close and the ash was falling and stuff, But it's like the wind comes up and it's so much shrubs, like I would call it, there isn't huge forest there like in BC. Where we are, so that doesn't take long for that wind and that dry to just take over 20 mountain ranges, you know what I mean? So it can get a little spooky. Like sometimes it gets so smoked out you can't see 500 feet in front of you.
Is there ever a
I
time when you guys
personally
had to
got
close
to see
down because of the air quality?
No, we're miners, man. We keep going.
Love it. Okay. Do you like hockey? Who's your favorite hockey team?
Yeah, I don't honestly watch too much sports there other than the kids' hockey. So,
Oh,
okay.
wow. All right.
yeah. I
Wow.
don't know why. I just never got into it. And as a kid, I used to race dirt bikes and stuff, and I never really played other sports. So I know the kid likes, what's it? They got a green jersey, Minnesota, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Wild?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
Minnesota Wild? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not a huge hockey fan myself, so.
No, I love hunting, man. That's my jam.
What do you
Either
hunt
that or
for?
that's a very politically correct answer because you don't want to piss off the viewers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could tell what that Trav's a big Calgary fan, like from his hat there in the backstage before we started.
Yeah.
He rags me all the time because I'm a Leafs fan.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You guys and
Yeah.
your silly hockey ball.
Yeah.
So what do you like hunting for there, Brennan? Moose? Elk?
Elk's got to be my favorite animal to hunt. I just don't. I went out this year actually. I booked a hunt over in Saskatchewan, and I got a monster bull elk over there. So that was pretty exciting. I haven't got an elk in almost 20 years, so I really enjoy eating wild meat, stuff like that, and then whitetails too. I mean anything really. I just love being out there, whether or not you harvest something. I find that is like my zen when I'm out there. I just don't worry about anything, So it's special time. Like I went out for a good week with a couple of my buddies in Alberta this year, and I felt like that definitely reset the guy's mindset after a long season of working, and it was quite relaxing for me.
Nice. How big of an elk did you get?
It was a 9x10. It ended up
Oh
scoring
my.
462 and 3/8 inches.
That's a monster.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Biggest one I ever shot was 7x8, and I thought that was enormous. Oh
Yeah. Well, that is a big elk. It's hard to find them, and
It is. I got a picture of my uncle and I, and we're standing about 8 feet apart, holding the antlers up like this.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a big animal.
When I was 16, we went out to a spot here, just up by White Swan, and it's a road closure in there, so we had to hike in. But I got a 7x8, or no, yeah, it was a 7x8 out of there too. So that was my second elk I ever shot.
Awesome.
Jeez, you can just like pulling out the big ones, hey? Holy Jesus.
Just luck of being in the right place at the right time.
That's the truth of the story. You'd call it killing if it was easy.
But yeah, I know I've went a lot of years without getting anything too. So
Yeah. Isn't that true?
Yeah, my son and I got 2 whitetail this season, so
nice.
we got our freezer full.
I know
Nice
that's
ones, too. Not enormous, but good eaters. You know what I mean? The gravy is not tough.
No. I know that's what I always say to everybody. You got to go and get some cheese smoked jalapeno cheddars just for ice fishing season to cook over the fire.
Yeah. Alaska gold hunters talking about caribou up there. The first 2 caribou I ever shot, when I went up to the Yukon in '91, I walked into the store and I said, "Hi, I just moved up here, just got a job with Noranda. I moved out of my house in Ontario, but I got a mailing address here. Does that make me a resident of the Yukon?" And he said, "Good enough for me." And so I got my fishing license, my moose license. I got my 2 caribou tags, and etc.
Yeah.
And I was up at the drill rig one day, and these 2 caribou were just standing there, a bull and a cow.
No kidding.
Right in the middle of the season, and they're standing. Caribou are more stupid than sheep. Okay, I don't know.
I've never been around them.
Raised sheep, and these 2 things were. And I drove the ATV up to the drill rig, and there's these 2 caribou standing there just watching the guys work. And I stuck my head in the rig, and I called the driller over, and I says, "Hey, can I borrow that rifle?" I said, "There's 2 caribou right here." He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." He gave me his 30-06, and I stepped outside. I went wham, and down went the buck, and the bull, and bang, down went the cow. And I gave the rifle back. And then I got on the radio and I called up the other geologist and I said, "Okay, I'm going to need a little help up here. You guys bring your skinning knives, please." And and I mean we were there all summer. Like that was the fall, but we were there late into the winter too, and we ate that caribou. Like it was wonderful. That's my favorite ungulate. I like caribou better than whitetail.
I'd actually only got to try it once, and they had it in a stew there. It definitely tasted a little bit gamier, I thought, like really? Definitely along the, but Yeah, other than that, I've never tried it, to be honest, to see what a steak would be like or anything. So I'd be interested to try one day.
Yeah, the steaks were awesome. It was, yeah, it was really good because I found like the whitetail fat is really where all the gamey flavor is.
Yeah.
Then you got to trim your whitetail really good, your
Yep.
venison. But with a caribou, it's a lot more marbled, and it's not quite as gamey. It's you're not eating beef. It's not like eating a moose or something. But the thing is, they're really good.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, I would love to get in one of those big moose up there one day. Christ, would feed you for 10 years. They're huge up there, like their bodies.
Up there. I never shot a moose in the Yukon.
Yeah, I'd want to shoot it somewhere there's an excavator close to lift it.
or a helicopter.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think I could lift a half of a leg. They're so heavy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you had a little Hughes or a long ranger, you might need to half the animal before you tried to long line it out. But
oh man, it is wild. And the guy always forgets because I don't get to see him every day up there, and then when you do, you're like, holy, they're 3 times the height of your truck roof. Like just to get to the hump on their back, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
that makes me wonder too how they survive the winters up there. Like I heard it's been a pretty chilly winter for quite a few weeks in a row up there this year, and I'm like, man, how do those things make it through that -50? God, it's relentless.
They do.
I know it is wild.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how big the moose are compared to the ones here. They're pretty big here too.
Nick in the Yukon. I mean, I'm
sure they're bigger. That's what I'm saying. I'm curious to see how much bigger they are because
like 1,500 pounds.
Yeah,
1,500 pounds as opposed to 1,000 pounds. Yeah, they're like at least 30% bigger.
I'm not even kidding you. The beaver or the porcupine I seen up there one day, like I swear there's something in the water. They're mutants. Like the thing could barely walk, man. It was that big around. It was just hobbling away. Couldn't even climb the bank to get away in front of me in the truck. I just sat there. I should have threw my hat on and got some grills, but I couldn't believe what I was watching. I didn't even get a video with my phone because I was just in awe.
That's the kind of videos you should be putting up. People love that
I know.
stuff.
I don't know why I didn't think of it.
Do you ever have problems with the porcupines getting on your equipment and chewing up the hydraulic hoses?
No, that's one thing I've never noticed when we're up there. We don't even skirt our trailers in with chicken wire or anything like that either. So
really, you don't
here in Wisconsin,
martins or anything living underneath the trailer?
No, I've never had an issue.
Huh.
Now you ask me that, I'll go there this year in my nice trailer. Will be just ransacked.
Yeah. Do you leave your trailer over the winter up there? Or?
Yeah, I have a lot. It's so far to drag it just to bring it home and turn around, take it all the way back up there. So I just take a cargo trailer up with me nowadays.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably
the last thing you want to do is go camping.
Yeah, like you say, when I get home, the weather's usually turning for crap anyway. So it's like, I don't want to be in this 8-foot wide trailer any longer. I've had enough.
Yeah.
I got a nice one with some big slides in it, but still, it's time to see the house after that.
Something that doesn't move when the wind blows.
Yeah, exactly. The dust doesn't fly through through all the slides there.
Oh no. So
it's not here, sorry.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh no.
Scrappy was asking if you've checked out a Freedom camper. Is that a brand?
It is like a truck camper.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they
mine's
sit back here.
Okay.
Like
no. Nice.
Scrappy's got one. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be neat. I honestly wouldn't mind just buying a well site nowadays, just because everything's contained for all seasons,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so is Kevin at all like Tony Beats, or is he just completely just as different as he seems on TV?
Yeah, he's very quiet. Like, Definitely, I don't see him get mad like Tony does when watching the show there. He's pretty
He was
quiet.
there getting mad at Tony for a while. That's why I was wondering, did that mad streak continue or did he quiet down again?
Yeah, no, I never honestly really seen him get too angry there. He's pretty good at keeping it to himself.
Cool. Yeah, it's always good to have him.
Tony cracks me up, man. He's a beauty. That guy is awesome. He's a wild man. Yeah. You shake his hands, like his fingers are like that big around each. I swear to God, he just about crushes your hand when he shakes it. I'm like, I can't even put a dent in his hand with my fingers trying to push it. He's like not even trying. I'm like, Jesus, Tony.
I met him back in '91 in the Midnight Sun.
No shit.
And he scared the crap out of me.
Really?
Yeah, and I was at that time. I was just like, I was what, 2 years out of the army, kind of thing. And yeah, he scared the crap out of me.
No shit.
Yeah, and I just, hi, how are you doing? And then left him alone, man, because he was all fired up on the whiskey or the rum or whatever. He was.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
He's a strong man. I wouldn't
he's
want
a
to.
big, powerful man. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to see what kind of damage he could do if you made him mad.
No, that was my one and only
Have you ever
interaction with Tony Beats.
Yeah, for sure.
have you ever found any bones or mammoth tusks or anything when you've been digging?
Yeah, you betcha. I've found a few tusks over the years there, and bison skulls and stuff like that are pretty common. I did find a caribou horn there, which was the first time I ever found one. It was about 20 feet under the black mud there before it got to the gravel layer, which I've actually never found. I know that it's not that they haven't been around, but I don't know if the bones rot more, right? Where the ivory survives a little bit better.
That's something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That one guy, that miner just up the creek from us there, 2-3 years ago, found that baby mammoth intact there. That would have been some cool to see in person.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the universities were all over that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
I never did see mammoth tusks while I was up there. I know it's still kind of a gray zone in terms of ivory trade and that. Like I've done a lot of time in Africa and
Yep.
it's all verboten, right? But
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've seen some leg bones and shit like that from the mammoths come up, but I mean, as far as people that are on side tributaries seem to find the most bones right in the smaller creeks. Like the Indian River's changed course so many times. I think it's just washed a lot of stuff down, so it's not quite as bone rich, I would say, unless you get into the side pay probably or the side banks. But definitely cool though. Pardon me?
Wasn't there someone up there that found a whole graveyard?
Yeah, John the bone collector, bone.
But that's in Alaska, I think there, isn't it?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's-
you're right. Yeah.
But don't they have that over in Siberia too? Like I've seen that on a TV show where they crawl down in those caves that are like just millions of bones. It's insane. Like I wonder how does that even happen?
That's a good question. I don't know.
yeah, it's wild, eh? But it's like your moose, you know, when you shoot your moose, what's the first thing they do when it's mortally wounded? It goes to water, you know,
Yeah.
and lies down. And so all these critters, whether they were hunted or they just knew they were going to expire, like they go to water. That's where they die.
Right.
And so that's why they're getting found. It's really amazing.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I if I know I'm gonna die, I'll probably just go to a big vat of beer. He'll find me there.
Exactly.
Uh,
What's your favorite meal after a long day in the cut?
oh man, we get fed so good up there. It's hard to pick.
I bet, hey?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we eat like kings. There's no complaints. I got to lay off the pastries. I never was into the pastries for a lot of years, and oh my god, it was just tiramisu and chocolate puddings and brown. Oh my god!
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, prime
Okay,
rib
great.
night or steak night definitely always one of the top favorites for sure.
Yeah.
Prime rib night.
If gold disappeared tomorrow, what would you do next?
If gold disappeared tomorrow, geez, I don't know. Right now, I'm honestly trying to start a little bit of a side venture of my own here at home to do in the winters, and I'm just trying to do some mulching and fire smart mitigation and stuff like that. So it's still like I say, I grew up logging, and I'm definitely tired of it. I just don't like the hours getting up at 1 or 2 in the morning as much as I used to. So being in
Right.
some sort of forestry type of thing, but not full on logging is kind of that or excavating. I don't know. I always
Yeah.
thought what I could do that I would maybe interest me, but I just don't know if I could go back to school to and sit behind a desk. It's not who I am. I need to be moving dirt or trees or something.
That's
College
fair.
is overrated.
So
Yeah.
do you watch the show, or do you and your family sit down and watch the seasons of Gold Rush?
I do once in a while. I used to the first few years I was on for sure, just because it was kind of a cool new experience. But um, if I remember to, I watch it now. I don't know. I lived through it for 6 months, so I get my fill.
Do you ever get recognized or stopped when you're out and about?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. It's pretty neat, man. Like to grow up in a small little town like I have here in BC, and have something like this happen. I always enjoy talking to people and answering their questions and stuff like that. It's pretty cool that somebody's just excited to see it and take a quick picture or say hello. And um, never would have thought something like that would have happened growing up where I grew up. So
That's cool.
yeah.
That is cool.
So when you go back to your high school reunion, what does everybody say?
Well, I missed the first one because I was up mine, and so my 20 years going to be coming up here next year. Holy shit, I'm getting old.
I remember when that passed. I was like, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Don't worry,
Almost
Brennan.
3
You get over that feeling pretty quick.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just saying.
I know it's funny because there's so many young guys up there now, and I'm always feeling like, man, I'm starting to be the old timer on the crew. What the heck's going on here?
Yeah.
What do you want fans of Gold Rush to really understand about miners up in the Yukon?
Jeez. I honestly, I think that would be like each person have to answer that themselves, honestly. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we're just everyday people doing a job to support our families, really, and just ended up finding a pretty cool job that I would have to say almost everybody's a repeat. There's always new people coming up for sure, but everybody who goes back year after year, it's because they really enjoy what they're doing and it's something special, and you can make a decent living and take care of your family. It's just tough to be away. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's any different than anybody would expect. It's just we're just a lot farther away. Live a little bit different for 6 months a year than maybe the general population would.
Do you take vacations, Hawaii, or anything like that? Travel in the
No,
off season?
no, I've been a few places there, just mostly the States, right? But I've only ever been to Jamaica once, so I don't know why I never kind of had the travel itch as much, but I should probably start go and sit on a warm beach for a week or two every winter just to reset before we head up in the spring. I
Helps
could
for
say I
some
usually,
people.
yeah, I know. I usually come home and go logging in Alberta for most of the last 10 years, so never really given myself much downtime.
Chasing the cheddar.
I know that's it's an evil thing always chasing that paycheck. God almighty. Forget to live while you're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said,
This-
you got to find that work-life balance. It's a tough thing to find for everybody.
It is. This winter, I've been trying to do things for myself here and around the house and finish the inside of my shop. And that's why I haven't actually got up and went to work for anybody else, which has been a real nice break for me and spending time with the family and living in the house I bought that I never see.
That's important. You got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Well, we'll run our quick ad here of our upcoming guest next on Sunday. And then we'll have some final questions for Brennan. And then we'll end the live. And yeah, anyways, we'll be right back in a minute. If it wants to play.
Oh, Red Dirt Nation, rise and stand from the treasures deep in the soil's hand. A family of brothers, hand in hand. This is our home. This is our land. The river sang as we toiled away. Their whispers kept the fears at bay. Fields of gold from the seeds we sowed, a testament to the lives we owe.
There you go. The Christian and Daniel from Amsterdam on Sunday, the 18th, not the 19th. That ad was wrong. And it's not at 7:30. It's at 12 on Sunday, just because of the time difference.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be like middle of the night for them.
They're amazing
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, and they're great. They're really Jim. I think you should be on that live with us because
Yep.
yeah, they
Be there for sure.
they're rock hounds. Yeah, it'll be a great live. I think Nick will really like that one.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm jealous of the stuff that they find.
Yeah,
Huh.
and they
That's
do a
good.
lot of rock
Yeah.
like prospecting in the Swiss Alps and all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff. So
I've got a
wow.
wicked rock collection, as you know, and I'm jealous of the stuff that they get. So
I got a quick question for you. What about that opal that gets mined in Australia that they find? What is that exactly?
opal is low temperature quartz, which forms tetrahedra SiO2, right? Is quartz. And there's enough room inside of that crystal formation to fit a water molecule.
Really?
And that's what causes the rainbow diffraction.
No kidding.
I have, unfortunately, I'm not down in the man cave, but I've got a piece that's worth about $5,000 or so down there that I got from a buddy of mine in Australia just as a gift, like raw, not a piece of opal and not a piece of jewelry.
Yep.
And or I could show it to you, but it's
I have a piece of opal right here.
that's we have
That's
some.
crazy.
We have some like that. Yeah, there you go. Now that's your.
That's a small one.
There's not some. It's not hydrated so much, right?
No, it's not.
Um,
It's really low grade, but
Yeah,
Man, that's cool.
yeah.
but
Yeah, that's basically what it is. The water molecule in there, and the way that the crystals are distributed, makes that diffraction happen in different patterns.
Man, that's wild. How do you figure that out? That's what made that like.
I don't know, but I could look it up for you. all I know is that it's, if you ask me a question about gold or diamonds or nickel or copper or anything like that, I'll give you an answer. When it comes to opal, I'd have to look it up, but I know it is pretty low temperature stuff, so it's like right at the very end of magmatic intrusion. So your hydrothermal fluids come in, and that's right at the very end of it. That's where that happens. So
Man, it's so interesting.
it's like 200 degrees C,
Yep.
maybe. Yeah, really low temperature. All the gold's gone. There you go.
Look at that, eh?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Man,
Wow.
that blue is something else.
That's wicked.
Oh, is that
You know where that's
cobalt?
from, Trev?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from Montana.
Oh,
No
Mined
kidding, eh?
out here by Butte. There used to be a huge mine where cobalt straight up came out of over by Butte, and when Berkeley Pit expanded one year, it ended up enveloping that side of the mountain, and they dug down like 1,000 feet, encased the whole mine. It's all gone. Getting a cobalt specimen from Montana is almost impossible these days. And
Oh, shit.
me and Travis found 2 while we were in Kalispell.
No way. That is
At a
neat.
pawn shop.
Yeah, dude. It had to,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. It had to come out of an estate sale. So there's no reason for that pawn shop to have all of those
Right.
fucking rocks.
Yeah.
There was no, pardon my French, but there's no reason for them to have all that stuff.
Yeah, they were on a bottom shelf in a corner, and we were just like, wow, we're
I just
taking
I
this.
was like, oh, I know that color. I reached right in right away. I was like, oh, son of a gun. Oh, man. Put them down. Travis picked them up while I turned around.
Rare rock.
No kidding.
I appreciate it, man.
do you
Yeah, mine's-
rock
Anyways,
out at all,
with
man?
that, we're gonna head backstage. I don't know if someone wants to put the StreamYard link in the chat. And we're gonna head backstage, hang out for a bit. Yeah, and we're gonna end the live. You guys good with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I'm
Yep,
down.
for sure.
Stick around, Brennan.
Yep, for sure.
Did someone put?
Oh,
I got it. I got it. All right.
Oh, someone
Thank
said
you, everybody,
BC
for
has
another
open.
great show.
yeah, thanks for having me, you guys.
Hanging with us.
Yeah,
Take
we
care,
appreciate
everybody.
Brennan for coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, man.
That was fun.
Next week,
Good nation,
Sunday
thank
at
you.
midday.
Sunday, exactly. All the way from
Sunday.
Amsterdam. Well, our guests, not us. I'd love to be in Amsterdam right now. That'd be cool. But maybe one year. All right, everybody.
My
Have a
brother's
good
done
night.
it.
Have a good, safe week. We'll see you on Sunday. And happy pans.
Heavy pans.
Later,
Heavy
y'all.
band.
Later, everybody.
Later.